Sam Howell, who finished the day yesterday with 3 touchdown passes. Time now for official Howell eval. I mean, I think he nailed it. Ron Rivera pretty much went through it. The guy gave him a chance to win. The one thing, and I don't know if this is Howell's fault or not, that you'd like to maybe see is, get Terry and Jahan involved more. Terry McLaurin with only 4 catches. Jahan had no catches, but in the end, the guy led him on a game-tying touchdown drive. He had a fumble, so I'll give him an A-.
I give him an A. I mean, the guy goes into Seattle, one of the top 2 or 3 toughest places to play in the league, puts up over 300, 3 touchdowns, no picks. The fumble stinks, but look, the guy was trying to make a play and extend, that rush. So he's going to, again, he learns and processes. He's going to learn to go down quicker next time and hopefully not fumble going forward. He was the 5th highest rated quarterback of the week yesterday with a 109 rating. And I'm just going to steal this from Grant Paulson. This is a collective thing, not just from yesterday. Most passing yards in NFL history through 11 games. Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, Sam Howell at number 5. I don't see how you don't at least give him an A for that performance yesterday. A.
Yeah, I don't know. I could give him an A. I'm just going to give him a B+ only because, and I love him, and I think he's been an A for the season. But we did go 4 out of 5 drives with punts and then a field goal on the other one, the 5th. I feel like that's kind of where we lost the game. The game was really mediocre for, I'd say, 2.5 to 3 quarters. I liked him. I always like him. I'm not disappointed in him at all, but we just need more production. We had like a bunch of 3-and-outs. I'm just going to give him a B+, but I love him. I think he could have been a little bit better maybe. Not all on him.
All right, let's go to the phones. 800-636-1067. Take your calls on a Misery Monday presented by Chiniga Mayos. Join the mission at careers with MIOS.com.
But you could easily give him an A. I mean, you'd love that line. The line is good. Let's go to Dennis.
Only sacked 3 times. They have gotten better the last 3 weeks
for sure.
Protecting Sam Howell.
Well, he's just getting rid of the ball so fast. Dennis, what's up?
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, I think Howell did pretty good yesterday. He, he's just surrounded by mediocrity and even worse. So what can you expect? We didn't target our big guys quite enough yesterday. I don't know what happened, why we didn't do that. And that's really all. I think Howell definitely deserves a chance to keep going. And quite frankly, when we all woke up this morning, I was praying when I turned you guys' show on that you guys were going to make some kind of an announcement regarding Rivera being let go, because there's no reason to keep him anymore. There just isn't. I'm tired of his petty excuses, at the end of the game and all that. I'm just sick and tired of it. We need fresh air. So thank you for taking my call, and you guys have a good day.
All right,
they pointed this out on the broadcast. His clock management was horrible too.
Yeah, I
just
guess.
Wasting seconds.
They wasted like 10
using
seconds.
timeouts like back-to-back plays. Using a timeout after an incompletion.
I don't think it came back to haunt him. I don't think it really
But it still was. That's his job, right? And he's not doing it well.
Yeah, he doesn't have that many jobs.
He ain't great at it.
You should at least do the few jobs that you have well.
Well, I think one of them, you got to put that on Bieniemy or Howell. They took a timeout because they weren't ready on offense there on 3rd down or whatever. If Ron's not in charge of the offense, he's not in charge of the offense. You can't blame him for that when the offense wasn't ready to get the play in time on that one. But I'll tell you what's awesome about Howell is that, like on the Robinson screens, like some of those stats can be manipulated. You just don't really know. But when the screen to Robinson, when the play is breaking down, he's doing a great job of extending the play. And that is what you kill for in a quarterback, where if things aren't going right, he can still make things happen. And those screen passes, those dump offs to Robinson were fantastic because obviously he was not the first option on either one of those plays. So that is
he's improvising.
He's improvising,
which is also improvising with his arm angles. And if that was Mahomes, everybody would be jocking it. They'd be like, "Oh my God," you know what I mean? Like
definitely,
he's doing that quite a bit. If you notice, he's changes his arm angles a lot.
because
He's
those,
pretty darn good.
yeah, and those receivers, they weren't open yesterday. Dotson and Terry weren't open. The Seahawks corners did a great job.
I'm sure that was the game plan for the Seahawks during the week. They're like, we need to shut down Dotson and McLaurin.
And again,
that was
he
priority
doesn't have 5 seconds for these guys to get open.
Right.
He's got to make that call like boom, 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 boom. Get rid of it.
I'm starting to think Bieniemy's offense isn't about getting wide receivers open. It's about wide receivers clearing out for your secondary options. No, I'm being serious.
Well,
Oh, it seems
it's
like
definitely about spreading the ball because he does get that ball spread around. You're getting Pringle involved, De'Ami Brown. Both RBs are catching balls. The tight ends are heavily involved.
Like some of the purpose of Dotson's routes are to clear out for everything underneath. I'm really starting to believe that's the offense.
I mean, you have running backs that do well catching the ball in space. You might as well utilize them, especially if the pass rush is overwhelming your offensive line.
I think Sam just takes what they give him.
Right. If he sees an open running back, he's going to throw it to him.
And besides having all day to throw there on that third down touchdown to Brown, I don't know how the hell he made that throw.
It was
that was an unbelievable throw over the fingertips of 2 Seahawk DBs.
Yep. There were
Brown
like
did a great
four blue jerseys around Brown at some point.
That was an all-pro throw by Howell. That was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not enough, though. Not enough. Let's go to Paul in D.C. Paul, what's up?
Hey, fellas, how's it going, man? It's always good talking to y'all, man. Hey, but
Thank you, buddy.
I want to say this, man. I give Howell a strong A. But I want to say this too, fellas. Y'all talk about him improvising and breaking off plays. So does Mahomes. So does Josh Allen. So does that young and Stroud, man. But you got to have them in position to be able to make those plays, those dump offs. Now, I'm not saying that I want Bieniemy to be the coach. I'm not coming from that angle. I'm talking about way I've seen how improve. Some of it has got to be coming from that offensive coordinator, my man. You understand? So I just want, like the guy said earlier, man, let's get Ron out of there, man. If it's Bieniemy. If it's anybody else, man. But I'm sick and tired of every time we got to listen to this guy. He talk about one side of the ball. You know, Ron is just out of it, man. You know what I mean? But, fellas, as always, man, it's good to talk with you.
Thank you, buddy.
But also, your guy ain't here today. He picked that Florida game, that University of Central Florida against Oklahoma State.
He nailed it.
Man. Yeah, he did. Have a good day, fellas.
Hopefully you cashed in on that, my friend.
How did we do on our parlay?
Not great. I think
Draft's
Cakes
guy
picked something
scored
on
or got a
Friday.
sack or
My
whatever.
UFC pick went the other way because I thought I picked the wrong guy getting knocked out.
I picked the Wiz over. I think
it missed by a point.
Did it miss by one? It might have missed by like 1
I think
point.
I took the Skins and the points. That hit. I think
Yep.
Drabby hit, right? Because he said some guy would get a sack like 7 games in a row, and he did.
It was a loser. Nonetheless, it was a loser.
I just wonder how many we got. Did yours hit, Valdez?
No, mine did not hit.
No, mine didn't hit either. I had a
I
Bobo
thought you had a
touchdown.
guy that was going to
No,
sack.
I said Mafe was going to be a difference maker, and he was going to get his 7th sack
And he
sack
did
in a
get
row.
a
Oh, but
sack.
you didn't bet the.
No,
you didn't
no.
bet it. Oh, okay.
he
You
bet
said I should bet
Bobo,
that.
right?
I bet Bobo touchdown.
Okay.
This is what it comes down to for me with Ron Rivera. It's very simple. And this is how I always judge the coaches. It's the record. 7-9, 7-10, 8-8-1, and so far 4-6. It's what he is. It's what we talked about actually when he took over. That was kind of the deal in Carolina outside of the 1 year, the 15-1, which carried him. He's a 500-ish
No,
coach.
He's a below
And
500.
he's actually seemingly found his quarterback, but his defense is failing him.
Right.
So,
A defense which was actually good last year.
right, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I don't have to because Josh Harris is going to do it. He's going to put his finger on the button that says fire Ron at some point, whether it's during the season or Black Monday after the season is done. It is going to happen.